Well, hello and welcome to the stream. Let's go ahead and see what we can get into. We're going to do a little bit of Barbara Blanche. Not Barbara Blanche. I'm losing my mind. Let's get right into it.
Away from the mic a little bit too loud. Is that better? A little better, yes. Thank you. Okay, well, I have to say, tonight's show is very controversial, which makes for well, and look, I'm not afraid of anything. I'll talk about anything that's interesting, and this clearly is so. All right, well, Blanche, first of all, I'd like to say I greatly admire your conviction to your beliefs. Obviously, it requires a lot of bravery and a tough skin.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Matt.
Well, there are two topics I'd like to bring into the conversation. Number one, a little thought experiment. Hypothetically, if there was an evil cosmic entity, not necessarily the devil per se, but let's say in the very nature of the cosmos, there is a being that is pure evil, would it not be the best way for it to gain followers and supporters to do its will, to convince its supporters that what they're doing is actually for themselves? If that makes sense. It does.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, and you're not the first person that has presented that idea. That the devil is ultimately, the liar, so you can't believe anything he says. But again, I use it as a metaphor for life. I use it as a representative of liberty. And if there was an absolute evil entity, and you could bring me proof that there was such an evil entity that was somehow fogging my mind, then that would be a very valuable thing to do. Maybe this creature that you're talking about, it could be God just the same. It could be someone like God who's got these people under their control, under his control, and these humans are giving me all this energy, and I make them worship me, and it doesn't matter to them. I've got it worked so that there's this other guy that I blame all the bad stuff on, and if they worship me and they give me energy, then I get stronger, and it doesn't matter if I kill lots of kids or make people hate each other or kill lots of animals, they still love me. So, I understand where you're coming from, but, it's a thought experiment that doesn't go very far for me.
Okay, that's a fair answer. And also, you expressed that you admired cultural and industrial trailblazers, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay, well, you might know that many businesses, like, for example, Apple, in California, are practicing mindfulness and meditation, which is principles of Eastern religion's belief system, is that promote separation from the ego. Now, it seems that your beliefs are sort of contrasting that. It's self-worship and, I guess, reinforcement of the ego. What exactly
a lot of attachment going on here.
A lot of attachment going on, she said. Well, there are, there's evidence that meditation and mindfulness can increase productivity. And what are your, do you believe in karma? Do you believe in reincarnation? Is there even the possibility of such things? That's a lot. Karma? I would suspect so. But let's ask. You believe in karma?
Well, I hope that there are consequences. I think that the way we perceive it is you're asking for the consequences that you get out of life. You conjure forth what you get. So yeah, there are definitely consequences for the actions that you take. As far as getting back to your idea about meditation and consciousness, Yes, definitely. Strengthening your own mind, strengthening your body, being able to use yoga and strengthening the energies that flow through us. I personally am a great follower of that, and I think a lot of Satanists are. That we're bioelectrical beings, and if we can concentrate that, again, that's what magic is about: is concentrating our energies, aligning ourselves with our true core, and being able to release and bring in energy from around us and release it appropriately.
Okay, well, so as I listen to one of you think there is something to come, but if there isn't, there's a spell that'll take care of it, right?
Yeah, we take care of that. We're sort of a cleanup team.
You also asked about reincarnation.
Again, my mind is open to reincarnation, quite frankly, because personally I've had some interesting experiences along those lines, like you with the Ouija board. I don't need to go into them. But my mind is open to a lot of things. You know, like Lewis Carroll said, I try to believe 3 unbelievable things before breakfast.
You know, my reincarnation. That's the thing I want to do so far. Here's something Bernie says on the computer. Bernie today, ask your guests about Anton LaVey's deathbed confession and accepting Jesus Christ on his deathbed. It's all over YouTube and the internet. So if the Church of Satan, if this is true, the Church of Satan has bunker.
Well, there you go. I am here to tell you that I was present in those final moments, and there was no deathbed confession. There was no hallelujah. I see it all now. There was no, oh my God, please forgive me. He had become more determined and more committed to his philosophy as he grew older, because he saw the way that the world was going, and he knew that he needed to be a voice for that.
Okay, so Terry, somewhere out there, on the air, hello, can you hear me? I hear you. Where are you? On the line, and that's our international line, my friend. Skype. Right, I'm very sorry. You'll have to give us a call at MITD51, MITD51, you are on 5. Let's try Lewis on what happened Skype. Hello, Lewis. Good evening. My questions are not judgmental, but just factual. Is the Church of Satan recognized by the federal government for attack exemption? I'm curious if they're convicted of a crime and put in prison, do they get any special treatment? And finally, she called herself a witch. I missed that if she said so. That's a lot of questions. Hold on, don't go ahead. Let's get answers.
Okay, the first question, yes, we're not recognized as a religious entity by the United States government. We're included in the Chaplain's Guide to Military, to chaplains servicing military people, and that's updated periodically. However, we do not take advantage of that tax exempt status, because one of our vital premises, is that all churches should be taxed appropriately like any other business. So, as an ethical point, we do pay taxes. The second question was.
In some sense, it's kind of answered by the terms that is not necessary. If you were
to contact us and say that they're trouble getting materials, and they can try to provide, it depends on the chaplain in the particular prison and the administrators of the particular prison. Some of them are very open. They should have the right to practice Satanism, at least get together with fellow Satanists and have their materials and perhaps rituals within the confines of the requirements of the prison. They can't have cameras, they can't have firearms, they can't have candles or certain things, but just getting together to read the Satanic Bible. Usually most prisons are very accommodating. And yes, I would call myself a witch. I do.
Thank you for answering my questions. Thank you, Sarah. Sure. Thank you very much for the call. I appreciate it. So, let's go You know, even talking about a lot of polemic, there were a lot of changes. You know, when you mentioned the military, sanctions, but we are children, the SUVs. And we're talking about the military, and we're talking about soldiers, and we're talking about the military, let's say, all right, let's go one at a time, right? Satanic ritual abuse of children. That was discussed earlier, but well, go ahead.
Yes, the Barton priesthood case, I mean, one of the cases that he's referring to, was one of the most expensive, and perhaps to date, still the most expensive and extensive court case in California history. A lot of accusations were thrown around, including that the kids were moved during the rituals, that there were that some of them said they'd been put naked into a cave with a lion, and Chuck Norris was identified as one of their molesters. They said that they had their faces made with feces and blood and urine, and that they'd seen babies cooked and eaten, and backhoes were brought in, heavy machinery was brought in. All of this was supposed to have taken place in tunnels beneath the priesthood by the people that were running the priesthood. No tunnels were found, no lions were found. The most damning evidence that was found was 4 rabbit ears and a camel. And I know that there was a lot of hysteria. There were a lot of people going on shows to get attention.
And, going back to, that's what Amos said. There was power in one. There was power in one. The blood of children, the blood of ritual kings that was not that's a pretty key point I think to address. He's saying there is power in sacrifices or in what about Blanche? Is there anything to it?
Well, this again was addressed in the Satanic Bible, and I think it was a reaction to what they found with practitioners, or at least legends about practitioners of magic up until that point. And he was disgusted by the idea that someone would take an innocent animal, even Alistair Crowley talked about satanic sacrifice, and that someone would take an innocent animal and shed its blood to try to get some kind of power from that animal. When the truth of the matter is, it's a substitute for a good orgasm. If you can't go into a ritual chamber and have a good orgasm, work yourself up into a real frenzy and let go of all that energy, let go of all your inhibitions, you become a real human being in the ritual chamber, you have no business trying to perform magic at all.
Very well.
Well, it was proven by the FBI to be ridiculous. A lot of people, a lot of police cops for Christ is what they were termed, who had these seminars that they were sending to various police forces all around the country to try to gain money from them. There were also a lot of counselors, religious or otherwise, that were getting a lot of money. And there were talk show people who needed eccentric people to go on their shows and make a good controversial story. So everyone was gaining except the real Satanists, who tried to go on these shows to get another word of edgewise. They didn't give me the kind of time that you've been kind enough to give me, Mr. Bell. We could get on, if we would even get on to tell what Satanism was really about, we'd get maybe 2 sentences. And the rest of the show would all be about baby breeders or a lot of insanity. So we didn't fit the paradigm. And then they tried to as a defense for that. They said, well, you know, they didn't want to get sued by us. So they said, well, we're not talking about you. We're talking about bad statements. We're talking about traditional statements. So we're trying to make it into categories. And anti-Mormons said, no, they're Satanists and they're nuts, just like they're Christian and then they're nuts. You know, you can use Easter Bunny, you can use Jesus, you can use Buddha to justify whatever crimes you want, but that doesn't mean that you're actually following that religious policy.
You make your own choice. God doesn't force you to do what you want you to do.
He threatens you. He threatens you with eternal damnation and the fiery pit if you don't follow the rules, right?
Well, that's what he does.
I have the wrong stories then.
That makes you do things that's so why that makes you do things.
Well,
So anything you do that's bad, you can just sort of slip that off on Satan.
and that's the problem with scapegoating. That's the essence of what we're trying to get across here, is that when you scapegoat people, like some people are doing in the Middle East right now, then you can go do whatever you want to them, and they don't deserve your empathy, they don't deserve your sympathy, because they are unclean, and they are demonic, and they are possessed, and they're evil. So you can hurt them, and you can demonize them, and you can scapegoat them, and do whatever you want to them because they are the others. That's very dangerous thinking. It's not an us versus them. I'm a human being, you're a human being, and we all have foibles, we all have faults, we all have strengths, and we have to get together to find out how to get together, how to solve problems.
Good. Okay, then we'll go back. And now this is one time. Welcome back. A couple of computer messages for you. Dan says, God's suggestion is about harming children, not animals. Blanche?
Again, it's addressed in the Satanic Bible very clearly, and I think I've said earlier in this interview that we value children as our guides. They're the closest to their natural state. They have been implicated with adults, kids, and other things that get children assembled with from a very early age in contemporary society. I don't know if children can really make kind of children, any children, is a cool state of
Would you like to comment on the difference in time,
that was not the triple state, that was an unaffiliated small group that we consider rather radical. They can't as sort of spiritual force. We've been trying to get some kind of wedge between they try to create controversy regarding the church and state. Like if they try to put the statue in, and that'll force other people out of the public square. The true satanic posture, as articulated very well by our high priest, is that he believed in the founding fathers' vision of separation of church and state, not having any Buddhist or Hindu or satanic or Wiccan or Christian association, because it's very dangerous when church and state are working constantly. Then you've got the civil aspects and you've got the magical aspects of the being in that are going to hurt you if you don't do right. And our founding fathers were as close as they could be to deists. Most of the ones who really knew this in checkers, Thomas Jefferson and Paine, they were deists, and they didn't believe in God having a real effect in your life. Of course, in those days, you had to posture for Christianity to work, but they were free thinkers. I think that America is essentially satanic country. We grew right out of the scientific revolution and the Enlightenment, and people like James Madison, John Adams, that's a whole different conversation. But,
the founding fathers saw the danger of mixing and
precisely.
and from charity, somewhere in the over
So, Cincinnati, Ohio, and I wanted to say from my talk to both of you. I became a member of legislation in the early 1990s. I was going into some Baptist church and youth groups, and founded something Bible and it was like looking for a riot, it's just reading and logic and open-mindedness for the areas of supernatural and magic. So like, have fun. If I'm doing anything, I'm going to count down my door as we do reading all this, just out of respect. And I'm going to sit down and do this. And that's all my ideas. I'm saying as a policy. Nobody knows what I'm doing. I have two questions. One for the Blanche and are you familiar with studying anyone branding, like something so bad, like EMT or something, and how that kind of revenue goes into humanity and all that. And then also, some personal magical experiences. Sometimes that's the worst song, and then it's like for a week sometimes I'm actually I don't think it's like because I'm physically sick and with emotional stress, just like when waves or how I don't want to get that feedback. So
It's, things you can relate. So I think the wave has been proven to be essential to the earth in general. There's a waxing and waning that humans are also on. And within your own magical practices, it's very probable that some days, and again, this has been measured scientifically, some days you feel hit on top of things and right on top of your game, and then other days you just feel sort of dissipated and not really concentrating. So yes, and I have heard about, the chemotherapy and how that's, it's a known chakra that very powerful. So, there have been a lot of people, throughout the millennia who have talked about the third eye and its importance to magic and meditation.
Drugs, I mentioned I don't know if you feel that drugs open your mind and control the way you what do you think? What do you think?
I can only refer back again to Anton LaVey, started the Church of Satan in the 60s in San Francisco. 1966, the summer of love, there were people dropping acid all over the place, and there were people who were pointing to acid as a method, a gateway to wonderful enlightenment and concentration and new worlds and new achievements. And he had a hard and fast rule that he would not allow people that were drunk or high in the ritual chamber. Because things could be very misconstrued, people could become violent, they could become distracted and distracting. And he thought that, that was not the way to perform magic. That you need to be concentrated, you need to be clear on your intent and what you're doing in the ritual chamber. So I suppose there are plenty of people that use recreational drugs, but again, if you're doing it illegally, then you have to suffer the consequences if you get caught. And if they know about it, then they'll probably get kicked out of the organization.
All right, let's go to in relation to the death of Jim Savage, can you present to entertain? It's kind of infinitely actually was a massive pedophile conspiracy in the 1980s and late 70s. It wasn't Satan. Well, what I know is they put on all over the world, so, but yeah, it's conservative. And at this point, the investigation is going to far as it's okay, former prime ministers. And the prime minister. Well, the thing is, my question is, how do you respond to, the moral hypocrisy? So again, these are the same people who wanted to educate teachers, who wanted to exclude non-Christian religions, from public values. And at the same time, they're not coming out with this bizarre, it's the fact that again, these are, the squares, the squares, these are, there's no end to the height of hypocrisy. I don't know how else to put it.
Well, when you started talking about a massive pitfall, when I thought you were talking about the events in the Catholic Church, I'm not kidding, because they were moved around and protected, and that was a terrible breach of trust.
That's undeniable, absolutely undeniable. I don't know how the church is going to deal with it, but
I don't give it a shot. It was terrible. It was an awful thing, but I don't then equate, all of Christianity with pedophiles. These were individuals that unfortunately were protected by a structure that didn't have any embarrassment, and a lot of children suffered abundantly because they wanted to protect their structure. But they had to look at that now, and they had to come up to it, and they had to incorporate it. As for the conservatives, I would have to know the specifics. I know they would have to. I don't think that it's associated with Satanism, is it?
I don't know what everybody was saying. And I was saying there's no talking about conservatives and some of them being out of the pipeline, and there's no talking about hypocrisy. He comes back.
Of course, I guess hypocrisy. One of the reasons that the church said was founded because of hypocrisy.
And how was that going on?
Yes, that's my last part.
Okay, well, I got something to say. That's all I can do is tell you about that.
Okay, thank you. I have to thank you for your enlightening discussion tonight. I'm actually interested in that. I have a question there. Why do you consider I have no friends or veterans, and I'm going to consider them to not practice magic properly? Well, if they're practicing magic and they're working for them, my only thing was looking at 2 weeks really, is one, they worship a horned god, and if you're worshiping a horned god, I never see what you just haven't seen. You know, and because it's more comfortable for you, but I just okay, and then call it safe. And I'm trying to and how can I learn about it on the lines that share that? Thank you. The other point is that during the satanic panic, when a lot of victims were asked, what about Satanists? What do they do bad things? And they were attacked, they were thrown into the same boiling pot of water with famous in these accusations. And instead of coming forward and saying, yes, I'm a Wiccan, I read about Satanism, I know Satanists, and they don't do bad things. Instead, a lot of them actually crawled on the bandwagon to protect themselves and said, well, we're good witches, but those people over there can't know what they're doing. So I was really excited that I was looking at their grandson. But there's still an essence of us versus them, good versus evil in there. Whereas I say, don't put yourself in a protective circle. Invite beings in. Only what you are is a human being. And you do that. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for coming. Interesting. Going to, I think, Alan Town on the phone. Hi, Jeffrey from Pennsylvania. Yes, sir. Am I here? Certainly am. I apologize. I had a little question in a hot bench. I have a question in an example. So the question is, you talk a lot about the human intelligence and how we're the better, smarter animals now. And we're more vicious animals, and the next step of evolution is why we're talking machine. So the question is, can you conceive of an intelligence greater than man's intelligence? That would require man to have pain. And the example I would use is Abraham Lincoln, who did all the years that his son. And then when you have this son, you take him up on the mountain and sacrifice him. And she's crazy to us. I mean, I would try to go, really kind of trying to that. But then if you look at it 2,000 years later, God allows his own son to be sacrificed to a greater cause. So can you see that that's possible? Not necessarily right or wrong, just that there might be something.
Well, God did discuss that or order that as a truth of faith, right?
Yeah. This is really taking those details. These teams are active, and it's always going to. But that doesn't mean it's good. That doesn't mean it's wrong. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I get your point. The first thing I'd like to address is the idea that I feel that humans are top of the food chain and have more highly evolved than other animals. I think the point that I was trying to make, that Anton LaVey has made with the seventh satanic statement that I read, is that because we quote unquote feel that we are so divine and spiritual and intellectual, we have become the most vicious animal of all. Meaning that other animals are being as animals that they are being. They're, humans don't always live up to their potential. They throw a lot of log jams in their own way. They're more afraid of their own success than they are of their own failure. But humans, like the spider, a simple spider or a bird, they're out there doing their dirty little things. They're doing the best they possibly can, and they use every resource that they can. They go toward pleasure, they avoid pain, and the most efficient manner they can, which is what biologists define life as, is, those three elements. And so don't think that I'm saying that humans are so superb and wonderful compared to other animals, because I truly don't. But getting to your point with faith, as a Satanist, I feel that faith is the ultimate betrayal of all we are as humans. I understand your point about sort of giving yourself over to a greater power and trusting in that power, but I can't do that. I can't relinquish that. If I do that, if I give up my independence, my discernment, if I give up the ability to question things scientifically and challenge everything, I've given up everything that we've evolved to be over the last, few million years.
Yeah, and I completely understand that, especially now, in this day and age, we do know so much, as humans we have, and it's certainly vision the reality of the great group plunged in materialism, and are cut off from what we used to be able to see as spirit.
So, I'm sorry to do this, Paul, but I'm way short on time, and you can respond to that and get back that we've got to take a break. So, hold on, what a show is what I would say. What a program. I suspect what you thought was a team. Blanche Barton is my guest. I'm all done. I don't think we shall have a moment of silence. I'm sure it's going to be serious evidence that JC ever passed away. If not, he's really been absent from his Facebook page since spring or before mid July, and so JC's a lot of silence for he who would have been here. Be good. And with that, back to Blanche Barton. Blanche, I held this caller over because I don't think he was finishing his thought. Caller?
Yeah, just for some closing materialism, it's very difficult now without profits and things like that. No profits to serve what they're doing, saying to have any kind of faith, because we only have left is a way of human reason. Albert talks about it in history and science writings as something we don't even have superstition about or faith. And that's absolutely true. We don't. But it's not that faith is not enough. And I guess the real question is, I think the question is about everybody. Do you believe in your own intellect, or man's intellect, or do you believe in God, or faith, or whatever you are, Christ, whatever you want to call it? I think there's something greater than that. It's hard for me to imagine personally.
Blanche, you want to comment?
Well, I'm a big advocate of materialism, what we can see, what we can feel, the human body, the human brain, our emotions. I'm a big believer in the cities, and I try to practice at least one a day. Leslie Gluttony are two of my favorites. But not to be flippant, I understand. He seems like a very sincere man, Johnny, and I feel that there is a lot of materialism going on in the world as well, and we're sacrificing happiness in a certain way because of it. And recently I was at a conclave, a gathering in Washington, D.C. of Satanists at the end of April, and I gave a little talk. And one of the things, it was a wonderful gathering with terrific people there from many different professions, and it was great to be in a room full of people that don't have to explain your basic thoughts to who are all attuned with what we were thinking. But there is a difference between greed and satisfaction, and what we're doing to the earth is a consequence of unbridled greed and not looking down the road to see the consequences of what we're doing. And that is a real problem. But again, that doesn't come from somebody, Satan, or some demons, or some God whispering in my ear. That comes from looking around and seeing what's happening to our planet and crying about it. I mean, and wanting to do something about it. So.
All right, Trey in Atlanta, Georgia, I think. Hi.
Hello, how you doing?
Very well.
One of the first things I want to end with,
Yes, very sad.
Blanche, it's an honor to speak with you.
Thank you.
I just watched Devil's Reign, the Anton Beverly.
Yes.
And I was wondering if you could tell us about his experiences with Ken Anger and Hollywood.
Yes, he had a wonderful relationship with Kenneth Anger. Kenneth Anger was again, in the 60s San Francisco scene very much, and he's an innovative filmmaker. He used techniques that were sort of, I guess, in the psychedelic realm, but they're very effective films, and I know he has a lot of fans to this day. He influenced a lot of small films. And they were very good friends. I think he's sort of drifted away since Dr. Millay has passed. He's gone in other directions. But yes, they were very good friends for a long time. The Devil's Reign was a wonderful set to work on. Dr. Millay said he had a wonderful time. William Shatner, John Travolta. The director was a great director. They were in Mexico filming, and he did lots of interviews with people who were interested in his philosophy. And yes, Ida Lupino was also on that cast. And yeah, he made some good friends, and they had a whopping good time.
Also, when I really just coincidentally watched Paradise Lost, Childhood Murders of Robin Hood tonight. And for the satanic kind of people that still don't get how bad his paranormal was, watch that movie and realize what this madness caused and how it's ruined lives.
A lot of pain. And one element of it also that I didn't bring up is the separation. I mean, it's hard enough for teenage kids to talk to their parents and parents to talk to their kids. But when you've got this film between you of people from your church or people in authority telling you to look for your children, see if they're wearing black clothes, or if they're playing Dungeons and Dragons, or if they have stained glass, or if they're spending too much time alone, they may be dabbling in Satanism, and it's maybe leading them to criminal activities. How can you possibly communicate with your child when you're burning the records that are giving him strength and inspiration? So it did cause a lot of pain for a lot of people, a lot of wounds there.
Thank you both.
Thank you, Trey.
Thank you very much. Very, very interesting. A lot of actually very interesting poems, and I hate to do this, but we're coming up on another break, so relax for a few minutes. We'll come back and take a final full set of files. My guest is Blanche Barton. She is a priestess of the Rose of the Church of Satan, and is now mistress of the Council of Nine. Asks, if there are any satanic holidays and when they celebrate now.
That's a great question, actually. I should have brought that up myself. True to our egotistic philosophy, our favorite holiday of the year is of course my own birthday. That's when I celebrate it, all my friends celebrate it, and tell me how wonderful I am, and everyone else's support. After that, we have Walpurgisnacht, which is a traditional magical rite. A lot of important things that happened on Walpurgisnacht, including the founding of the Church of Satan in 1966. And then after that, we like to celebrate, depending on, what your particular likes and dislikes are. But most of us acknowledge at least the equinoxes and the solstices. And other dates that are particularly important to us, whatever our context is.
It's most important holiday for you. Do you know why it's also something really cool and expensive?
Absolutely. Yes. They're usually very tasty.
You're on the Blanche Barton. Hello, Blanche. How are you doing, buddy? That's great. Okay, mentioning the SC, my understanding was that after the passing of Anthony was a kind of schism in the churches, so between Michael Truman and Anthony, Marie's daughters, Zena and Mary Brown. I was wondering if you could tell me, give me some information on that, and maybe tell me if you yourself were involved, or if you knew anything about how the whole thing played out. What's very fun.
Well, it wasn't really schism, and that's sort of one of those ideas, I guess, like Anton LaVey's deathbed confession or something. But it was really rather uneventful. I've been acting in the capacity of high priestess. I took over as high priestess. I continued the philosophy until I passed away to Peter Gilmore, who was our present high priest, and doing a wonderful job of that. He has published a wonderful collection of essays on satanic scriptures, and I would, so it's such information about and I would definitely thank you on that direction. I mean, the training is a high priestess. After Dr. Ray passed away, this they keep that behind the organization that articulated and feels like this and absolutely constantly have a people putting and showing all the aspects of what he put together in the philosophy of science. As I said, both the rational and poetic science, and crime science, and robust
What I see, my little bit younger than me, and in the 60s, I became 19 or 20 in the late 60s. And there was some charismatic people that came from. There's no doubt that we had a big ego. There's no doubt that we a lot of people were on the much super well, and I think and I did different. I learned to do it. How it ended up being building up.
As I said, I don't believe that it goes south. I believe that the church explained that we are alive and well, and that we're continuing to move forward in our philosophy. Neither one were involved directly with the administrative side of the organization at the time of their father's death. So, if you want to get into the messy details of it, it's not messy on my part, but it's rather embarrassing for her that she chose to decide her father. Years before his death, they never reconciled with him. Finally, had reconciled with him. They've been off and on to get involved in her life, and she had periods of separation from her dad, but she did reconcile with him toward the end of herself. But neither one of them were qualified to be in a leadership position within the organization, and I don't think their father ever expected them to be. Carla had done some sculptures and walls in the early days, and she was comfortable with that, I suppose, but it wasn't all cohesive, and I think that was articulated what services and
Well, I understand that she put on this, Black Christmas over here. I'm not clear, maybe you can clear it up. I talked to Anthony and Carla and Jimmy around Jewish kids that were just so strong. It was really coming out magazine, and there was a guy, you know? Is that true?
No, that's not true. He was never, Charlie never got any implication into the Jewish faith. And as far as Dr. LeVay's implication, his mother told him that God is nature. That's all it is. And she didn't go any further than that. I think ethnically, there's we have a background as a the Jewish background, but he never practiced and he was never attracted to that. He was never brought up in that faith.
I'm from Germany. They're on the full lunch. Hey, and just great. I'm going to go to Kentucky. Okay. And I said, I would do know what you're yeah, I have two quick questions for Blanche. So according to you, I'm not going to say consequences, but what are the non-benefits of not following the church's beliefs?
What are the non-benefits of that? If you're an actual member or if you're just an adherent to the satanic philosophy?
If you're adherent to the philosophy of the church.
You mean like if you actually commit the sins to believe?
What I'm saying is, if you don't follow the belief system that the church promotes, what are the non-benefits of that?
Well, you don't get things the way you want them, and your life doesn't work very well. That's the consequences. This is a philosophy that advocates lesser magic and greater magic to move you forward in your life and find satisfaction and have a great party. It's your party, and it's the only way you get as far as we know. So if you're not having a good time and you're not being successful, then everyone is responsible for that. That's my own personal. That's not church state policy. That's my own speculation and romantic ideas.
Another question is, it seems like you guys are combining the number 666 from Babylonian astrology. Is that true?
I don't think 666 ever came up in this conversation. It's not particularly interesting to me, other than that it interests other people.
Okay, so I'm reading on your website, so what you're saying is quite different from what I'm reading on your website.
You're reading on the Church of Satan website.
Correct. It's like you're trying to promote a materialistic intellectualism, but from reading the website, it's probably different stories. So I'm trying to find out different pieces of what your thought was in terms of that specific and according to the church.
What is it,
That's what I got.
and this one comes about raising the triple six.
Yeah, it says it's 666 is considered short-case statement, building diabolism.
Yeah, and that's how it's going.
It's the sign of the horns. Angela LaVey is getting the sign of the horns on the back of the satanic Bible. And that, of course, has been adopted by a lot of walkers. But the 666 really doesn't have a big reference point for me or most Satanists, except for the amusement that other people seem to really give it a lot of potency.
And you guys are based out of New York, right? The administration office?
Yes.
Okay, can you put a box in 1666?
So yes, that's true.
It's also that, and then you have to see for that number, so.
Yeah, some of it's not.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I see the point. Yes, we do have the 666 box. And I have the 666 box for my newsletter as well. And it was available, and why not take it? Just because other people seem to think it's really important. It's really
Towards what we're doing, towards the end, towards not going in front of you.
it's a week.
It's only going to be for that sort of thing, for that, and just people, and get their own. What they're doing.
Thank you very much. Sure. The thing that I'm hearing from her is, and late history,
and go to let's go. So we went. And we walked up to the house, we were going off on the stairs, and we went to the door, we went back. When we went to the dog, it was for Jesus, and it was possible for thousands of dollars. She comes, she's a rebel. Okay. So we waited for the whole and I have few records for you to I was he's on the very when I can see that people are going he was just magnetic. I had a big chair and the okay, I remember the glass thing that was shared and that I guess. And then I would say the convention the guy who have
This would be quite an testimony. I remember this many years later.
oh my God, I'm never forget.
I think he accomplished his goal then.
Listen, thank you very much. That was interesting. She did obviously have a great story. So you gotta think about it.
Yeah. I'm so glad you did. So this thing is so good. Anyway, we can get what I think is interesting with change. I believe that this man is saying such good things, is doing the word of statement. And when you're his biggest trick is to convince you to give it to the fish.
I would have to say that what you're saying is consistent with that.
But it doesn't much.
Well, that's right. If you listen to the interview, she basically, that's that.
I did grow up in San Francisco, and I remember as a kid having to go by that special house in the house. And all the kids and I remember some babies disappeared after complaining about this cat lying on that floor. Is that true?
Yes, I did. There was a film actually called Santinas, and it's wonderful. It's kind of hard to find, but if you find it, there were interviews with neighbors and talking about seeing the lion and the weird rituals through the front windows, and they all seemed quite captivated by it. But yes, there were complaints about the lion, and they had to give to the view when it was heartbreaking for them because they were very close. Yeah, various things happened to him. I think there was some medical issues. Some of them moved away, as they seem to do.
Was I having, but it was very funny. So Barbara, listen to me, Barbara. You sound like on a hollow tunnel. On the microphone, I can hear it and get really close to it. Listen all the tiny words of the laptop.
How about this? What is the volunteer of the church and children that can be afterlife? Our policy is that we don't know that there's not, enough evidence to prove that there is an afterlife. And since we can only assume that there is not, it's better to err in the direction that there is not. And make the most out of every breath that you have right now, today, here and now, because you don't know what's afterwards and you don't know when it'll end. Listen, so, the news, the words that come to mind is anyone here. The real is that he's representing a lot of people who respect his philosophy, and that if we have any hope of immortality, perhaps that's what we do. I'm not sure that there's any entity that survives, any consciousness that survives. I could be wrong. I'm open to suggestions, and I would love that to be true, but I don't have enough evidence to believe that right now.
At the end of the program, I just have no more time. I wish I did just look on. Thank you so very much. If you keep it on, you get one